Hello friends and welcome back to Digitalk. So in previous multiple sessions, I have covered the multiple topics for the beginners like the learning path for the AI agents, how you can start your learning journey on the AI path, okay? Specifically if you want to learn the agentic AI or the AI agents, what are LLMs, what are RAGs, then the architecture of AI, or you can say the architecture of AI agent and how it is different from the agentic AI, and then we cover the topics of embedding, then vector DB. Okay, so now in this particular session I am going to cover the memory system, which is one of the most core part of the agentic AI, or also you can say for the AI agent. So we know that AI agents are just like the humans, right? So it has a brain, it has a memory, it remember everything. Okay. So, but when we specifically talk about the memory, so there are different memory systems in the AI agent. Okay, and each and every memory system has own different parts, or you can say own different functionalities. Okay, so that I am going to cover in this session. Okay, because that understanding is very important when specifically when we talk about that AI agents are act like a human, it remember everything. Okay, so whenever we are doing the conversations with the any of the agent or with the LLMs, okay, so how it remember the things and what are the different part of the memory systems and how it works. So that I'm going to cover in this particular session. Okay, so now why memory is needed? So without memory, an AI agent treat every message as if it is meeting you the first time. It cannot hold context, learn preferences, or pick up where it left off. Okay, so if memory is not there in the AI agent, okay, then it is just like a traditional chatbot, right? You can just interact and to get some information about a particular uh, system. Okay, but it will not remember your previous conversations. Okay, you cannot talk to the AI agent in the human way, right? So that is means the memory is very important when specifically when we talk about the AI agent which act like a human. So without memory, if you say my name is Aman, okay, and after three messages later you are interacting with the chatbot, and after three or four messages you will say what is my name, okay, then AI will say I don't know your name if memory is not there, right? Because if memory is there, then every conversation is going to be remembered by the AI agent, right? So now if you implement the memory in the AI agent and if you say my name is Aman, and after three message or maybe after a couple of messages later you will say what's my name, okay, you will get the answer my name, your name is Aman, right? Why you will get this answer? Because now the AI agent has the memory. So the memory part is very important because every AI agent has to understand and then memorize all the conversations that is happening with the end users. So memory is what turn one short responder into something that feel like true assistant or just like a human, just like you are talking with a human, because human has a memory and brain, right? So the humans can remember every conversations. Okay. So similarly, when we are talking with the AI agent or when we are using the AI agent for some kind of a works, okay, so it has to be some memory which remember everything. Now we have a different type of agent memory. Okay, so the important type of memories in the AI agents are the very first thing is short term, long term, episodic, semantic, and vector. So these are the five important pillars, or you can say different kind of a memories system. Okay, that we have in the agent, and each and every memory system has a different part, different functionality. Okay, and whenever we interact with any of the AI agent or the LLMs, okay, so your LLMs or AI agent decide which memory system I need to use, okay, for the conversation. Okay, so now what does it mean? Let us talk about the first, which is short term memory. Short term memory holds the current conversation in context. What was said a few messages ago, it's temporary and disappear once the session is end. Like, okay, so once you start chatting with the AI agent or with your LLMs, okay, so you create a session, okay, right? When you log in and you create a session and you start conversation. So you start conversation and then you ask some questions like, I am planning to trip to Manali. So you will get a response like, great, when you are planning to go? And the answer will be like next month for 5 days. You will respond, and then the AI will say, got it. A 5 day Manali trip next month. Want hotel suggestions? So the conversations will go like this one till your session is active. Okay. So here the AI remember 5 days and then Manali from earlier in the same chat. That's a short-term memory at work. So now when we start talking like this one, so what you said, I am planning to trip for Manali and then next month and for 5 days. So based on that, you will get a response like a 5 day Manali trip next month, want hotel suggestion. So this response is based on the conversation, right? Whatever the conversations you are doing. So similarly, there could be multiple conversations with the AI agent or the LLMs. So it remember everything. Okay, but it remember only till the session is active. That particular session is active. If you remove the session, the current session, okay, then this particular conversation will be lost. It will not be there. So that means the conversation which is specifically available till a particular session is called a short-term memory. This is the first short-term memory. Second is the long-term memory. So long-term memory store information that persists across sessions. Okay, so now in the long-term memory there is no dependency on the particular sessions. Okay, you can create multiple sessions, and your conversations will be remembered in each and every session. Okay, so even after you close the app and come back days later, the agent still remember what was the conversation that happened long back. Okay, this is called long term memory. Okay, so here you can see two separate sessions. Session 1, which is on Monday. So you said I am vegetarian and allergic to peanuts. Simple. So AI noted. I will remember that for future meal suggestions. So I will remember this for your future meal suggestions. If you ask for the meal in the future, I will remember that you are a vegetarian and you are allergic to peanuts. So this is on Monday. Now you come up to 4 days on Friday, and then you say suggest a restaurant for the dinner. So now your AI agent will remember all these preferences what you have said on Monday, 4 days back. Okay, so the answer will be here are vegetarian peanuts free options nearby, and then you will get the options. So now here you can see it automatically remembered your preferences what you have said 4 days back, and based on that it will suggest a restaurant, okay, which is only vegetarian and peanuts free options are available. Okay, so this is the long term memory, like which is beyond your sessions. It doesn't have a dependency on a particular sessions. So it remember everything. You come after a few days, and then irrespective of the session, the response you will get based on the your previous conversation. This is called the long term memory. Now we have a episodic memory. So episodic memory stores specific past events or experience, like what happened, and tied to a particular time, place, or interaction. So that means what we are doing, that it stores specific past event or experience, what happened, okay, and specifically tied to a particular time and place and interaction. Now what does it mean? For example, specific events, remember, like on March 12th you booked a flight to Delhi. April 3rd you asked for a refund on an order. May 20, you complained about slow delivery. So now what is happening here? There is a particular event, okay, or an interaction, okay, that is specifically tied up to a particular date. Like on 12th of March, you have booked a flight to Delhi. On April 3rd, you have asked for a refund on an order. May 20, you complained about slow delivery. So why it matters? If you say like last time, multiple time it is happened that when we start talking with the AI agents or with the chat GPT, okay, we use the word last, like last time, okay, to recall or to ask the chat GPT, okay, you have to remember what we were talking about the last time, okay, based on that I need the response. So we refer only like last time. Okay, so the agent needs episodic memory to know exactly which past event you mean. Okay, not just general fact about you. So in that case, like you're saying, like last time. So last time it has to remember, right? The past event, which past event you are referring to. So the conversation it can retrieve based on the text or the chatting what we were doing, right? But it has to remember based on the date, on which date, okay, this particular event was specifically related, which you are referring as a last time, right? So this is called the episodic memory, which is specifically tied up to a particular time and place. Then we have a semantic memory. So semantic memory stores general facts and knowledge. General facts and knowledge, not tied to a specific moment, just like things that are true about you, the world, or a topic. Now, what does it mean? So if you compare episodic versus semantic, okay, then you will understand what is the meaning of semantic memory. So in episodic, what I said, it is specifically a event based, or there would be a specific date and time. Okay, so you booked a flight to Delhi on March 12th, right? So there is an event where you booked a flight for Delhi, and then it is specifically tied up to a particular date. So this is an episodic system, memory system, tied to a specific date and action. Right. Now, if we talk about semantic, which is not specific to a time, this is a fact. You live in Delhi and prefer window seats. So this is not a specific event which is happening on a particular date or time. This is just a fact about yourself that you live in Delhi and you prefer the window seats. right? So this is general timeless knowledge about you, right? So now with this one, so suppose that if you are going to book a particular cab, or maybe you are going to book a flight, okay, in the later time, okay, and you are going to ask AI agent, okay, please book a flight for me to Delhi. So okay, so now based on this conversation, it will remember you lives in Delhi and your prefer window seat, you prefer the window seat. So whenever your agent is going to book the particular ticket for you, it will be look for the tickets where the window seats are available. This is called a semantic fact, which is based on fact. It's not specific to tied up to a particular date or time. So this is a general timeless knowledge. This is about you. This is a generic knowledge about you. So semantic memory is how the agent know, like, you are vegetarian without needing or recall the exact conversation where you said. So you don't need to say your AI agent again that I am a vegetarian, I am a vegetarian, or maybe that I prefer the window seat, I prefer the window seat whenever you are booking going to book a ticket. Okay, so it remember everything. Okay, and then it take all the future conversations based on the previous conversations. So this is called the semantic memory, which is specifically generic and timeless knowledge about you. Now we have vector memory. So vector memory store information as number-based representations embedding, so the agent can search by meaning, not exact keyword. So this is we have covered in detail in the previous session where we talked about what is embedding, what is vector database, okay, and how the information is stored in the vector database and how the search is work. So whenever we search like that traditionally, okay, it specifically look for a particular word, okay, but in the AI agent, when we search a particular string, it doesn't look or match the particular exact string. It look for the meaning of that string and then it identify the related keywords. Okay, it doesn't like a traditional search, right? So like searching by meaning, then you ask what did I say about my pet. Now you can see the sentence is what did I say about my pet. Okay, so now stored memory worded differently. Now the response that you are going to get, it may be different but relevant. How? My dog Bruno loves long walks in the evening. Maybe you have said this word during the conversation with the AI agent long back, couple of days back, or maybe a month back. Okay. Now, in the future, what you are saying, what did I say about my pet? So we can see here, you have not used dog here. You have not used your dog name Bruno here. You have not used that long walks, evening, anything here. You just said, what did I say about my pet? Right? And the response like this one. Right? So that means whenever you ask any question to your AI agent, okay, it not look for the exact word just like the traditional search. Okay, it look up for the related meanings, related text, related words, and then it frame the answers based on the previous conversations which is there in the memory. Okay, so vector search match pet dog by meaning, not by the text search, even though the exact word pet was never stored, right? If you see here, this pet word never stored in the previous sessions, previous conversations, but still you will get the relevant answer. And this is called the vector memory and the vector search, where it search based on the meaning of the sentences, meaning of the words, not by the exact text. And why it matters, keyword search would miss the entirely vector find related meaning. This is the technology that power RAG to, right? So this is we discuss in the RAG as well, because RAG is integrated with your own personal or the organizational data, okay, to retrieve your personal informations, right? So this is again we have covered in the RAG session, one of the previous sessions, right? So what we are telling here, that in the vector search, what we do not, it doesn't search for the keyword, it search for the meaning of the words. This is the major difference here, and it is happening in the vector memory. Okay, so now memory retrieval, how the agent decide which memories to pull and when. So as I said, there are multiple memory systems are there. So when you are doing the conversation with your AI agent, or maybe AI agent is doing the conversation with internally with the multiple tools, or all right. So which memory segment or memory system has to be used by your AI agent? So that completely depend on internally based on the model that we have discussed so far. What kind of interactions we are doing? Okay. Now suppose there is a new query. What restaurant did I like? Search memory looks through stored memories by relevance. Rank and filter. Pick the most relevant, recent, important ones. Inject context. Add the result into the LLM's prompt. Okay. So example, you ask, what did I order last time? The agent search memory find your last order and replies with the exact item. So you ask the question, what did I order last time? So now when you raise this question, okay, so your LLM or your AI agent is look for the particular memory, okay, and based on the memory, if you say last time, okay, so maybe it is specifically tied up to a particular date and time, okay, so it has to look for a particular memory system, okay, to retrieve, which is episodic, right? So this is the internal, like how your AI agent retrieve or use the different memory system based on the conversations. Now the memory challenge, so we have the memory challenge just like the humans, okay, so as a human, when we grow, okay, so the long back memories get faded automatically, right? You do not remember what happened almost 50 years back, 30 years back, 20 years back, okay. Similarly, in the AI agent, memory isn't free or perfect. It comes with real trade-offs. Agent have to manage carefully, storage limits, so right. So when we say memory in the AI agent, so the conversation is going to be remembered. So how it is remembered? Because it is going to store somewhere in the storage, right? And that's why it is called the memory. So you have a limit for the storage as well. It's not like that the storage is unlimited. So you cannot have the AI agent to remember each and every conversations which has been done few days back and few years back or a couple of years back. So can't remember everything forever. All data must be summarized or dropped. So you have to clean, right, the old data. You have to drop the old data which is may not be relevant now. Outdated info, so because maybe there are certain situations when some data will get changed, and the data which is there in the memory may have some different data based on the old conversations. Like you live in Pune, okay, might be wrong if you moved. So maybe you are in some different city, okay, and you had a conversation with the AI agent that, okay, I'm in Delhi, and then something like that. But later you move to Pune, okay, but now in the AI agent memory it has your location will be Delhi only. That is called a stale memory, which can mislead. So that need to be also clean, right? Outdated memory need to be clean. Privacy and security. Strong personal data raises real privacy and consent concerns as well. If you are sharing this a lot of personal data, that is again a security concerns. Irrelevant retrievals. Pulling the wrong memory can confuse or annoy the user. So this like the case that we have discussed here. There could be some stale data or wrong memory will be there in the your storage or in the memory of your AI agents. So that means the memory challenges are always there, and then you have to act accordingly. Okay, how you wanted to clean the memory as well, or how you want to update the memory as well. So good memory system need expiry rules, summarization, and user control to stay useful and safe. So now example, personal AI assistant, how memory types work together across conversations. So we have a different kind of a memory system. So how it works, like for on day one, you said, I am a vegetarian and I love hiking. Okay, so AI will say, got it, I will remember that. So now this is semantic memory because you are going to store some facts. Now day five, you suggest a weekend trip. So now you are saying suggest a weekend trip, and then your the day one conversation like I am very vegetarian and I love hiking is remembered by your semantic memory in the agent, right? So you will get the response, how about a hiking trail with veg friendly cafes nearby, right? And this is framed based on the semantic memory on the conversation that we have done on day one, right? So this is now a long term plus semantic recall prevention. So this is a semantic recall and then a long-term memory system as well. Now again on day 12, like the trip we planned before. Now you're saying like the trip we planned before. So like the trip, that means you are going for episodic memory where it has a tie-up with some date and time. So it will say yes, similar to the hiking trip on day 5. So day 5 you decided for a weekend trip. So it will frame the answer, yeah, something to hiking trip on day 5. So this is based on the episodic memory which recall the specific event on a particular day. So across 12 days, the assistant blended short-term context, long-term facts, and episodic recall. All are feel genuinely personal. So now, this is how your AI agent use the different memory systems when it is doing the conversations with you. So what are the key takeaways here? Memory is what lets an agent feel personal instead of starting fresh every time. Short-term memory is the current chat. Long-term memory is the persistent across sessions. Episodic memory recalls specific events, and semantic memory recalls general facts. Vector memory enables search by meaning and not by the exact keyword, right? And good memory system must balance unfullness against storage, privacy, and staleness risk. So this is the complete end-to-end information about your memory systems, okay, in the AI agent. How what are the different memory systems, how it works, and what is the importance of each, and how it participates in a during a conversation. So hope now it is clear to you what exactly is the different memory systems in AI agent and how it works.